Alright guys, so I'm going to have to kind of rush through this RC Weekly. First thing I want to talk about is this crazy, awesome donation. Focus. There you go. Cody Norris donated $100. Holy crap. My jaw hit the ground, guys, when I saw this. So that means $105 from this last month, and then the month before that I have the $16. So $121 right now I can do anything with. Now the original plan was to go ahead and get a sealed diff for Demon. Now the only sealed diff I could readily find is Hot Racing sealed diff, and it's like $30. I was looking at the FLM one, but the cheapest one I could find, and they were out of stock, was 60 bucks. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and just stick with Hot Racing for now. But even then, that leaves me with $90 from Cody. I mean, dang. So, yeah, I think I want to go ahead and get a new remote for Coyote up there, and I want to go ahead and do the buggy conversion, because with that, what, $90, I can get a good jump start on that. Or I can hold on to the $90 and start investing into Joker. What do you guys think? But anyways, that's the top news. Let's go ahead and jump to channel shoutouts. So, channel shoutouts go to RC Man, Kingston RC, Off-Road Hooligans, Devin Gregory, and RC Inc. Guys, channel links are of course in the video description. If you want a chance at one next week, all you have to do is ask for one in the video or the comments below. If I choose you, you'll get one. Alright guys, let's go ahead and do some Q&A. First question comes from Josh R. What should I buy? An Axial SCX-10 or an ESX Barrage? I would go with the SCX-10. So would Ultimate Traxxas Man. So there's my answer. Next one comes from Levy Bartley. Can I do more upgrades for the Slash 4x4 like a lock diff or something? The Slash 4x4 definitely needs a lot more upgrades. I have a pretty good list of things I need to get for it. Like I said guys, with that floating $90 after the sealed diff, thanks again to Cody. I mean, yeah, I can work on it. It's just, what do I want to work on? That is an option. Jonathan Rodriguez was wondering, you've mentioned in previous videos that you like to use the high quality foam, which comes with the Traxxas aluminum parts. How do you use it, or what do you use it for? I have two uses for it. I will cut it in thin strips and put it inside pliers, and then I can use the pliers to grab things without scratching the surface. That's the main use I've ever really used them for. Other things is just cushion around projects that I do around the house. Airborne Buffoon was wondering how long the trenchers will last on road. With the trenchers that I have on Reaper, there we go. Can't remember all their names all the time, but yeah. Reaper, I have not had any tread problems. I've been driving that truck around on road for a long time, and they're still holding up really good, so I can imagine for the SCT they would hold up just as well. Goldfish Shooter was wondering if I would sell Banshee. but Banshee's mine. No, not yet. I have got some plans for Banshee. Teddy Bjork was wondering, what are the best tires for the Slash two-wheel drive indoor-outdoor? Thanks. I would say the Trenchers, the 2.2 Trenchers. All around a great tire. I wish I could get them for all my RCs, but they only come for the Stampede and SCT. Sometimes I just can't think of, I can't spec good. There. Goldfish Shooter was also wondering, what's a safe way to blow up a lipo? Don't do this, by the way. Get a stick, put a nail at the end of it, fasten it, and then just poke it from a distance. I've done this before with sad results because I've never gotten a lipo to actually blow up before, mainly due to the fact that I discharged it. But yeah, it's one of those things I don't suggest you do. Brian, wow, Lelwyn? Oh, sorry. But anyways, he was wondering when the next Saga video is coming out. It's gonna be like at least 2 more weeks. I know that's a long way away, but I am very prestigious with how, well, not prestigious, just precise with how I want it to be. And so once I get it to that state, then I'll let you guys know. But it's pretty close. It's getting close. It's just taking a lot of editing. Matt Perdigas says, I've been thinking about getting a Nitro RC in the future and I would like to know what you recommend the best beginner Nitro RC would be. Honestly, I would just go with the Rustler Nitro. Or Nitro Rustler. Yeah, Nitro Rustler. That's always a good one. If you want to, you can go with the Slayer. They're a little bit more pricier, but like cheapest Nitro to get into is the Nitro Rustler. He was wondering if you can have a shout out? Yeah, there you go, shout out. Real Hobby RC says, man, Jason, I can't think of one of your videos I haven't watched. Cool. You and Adam LZ are easily my favorite YouTubers. Really cool. My question is to you, have you ever thought about doing drift chassis? I can find a location nearest to you with RC drift scene. When you get a chance, check out Drift America RC on Facebook. I have not thought about it yet. I haven't really had access to a kind of area I can do drifting on. But drifting is one of those things that I actually do enjoy. Funny enough, with Coyote, the Rally, the tires that I have on the Rally, they do not have much traction. So when I start driving around, I'm skidding all over the place, and it's pretty much the equivalent of drifting. It's just fun. Haven't gotten into it yet, but I would like to check it out in the future. Marco Antonio Nunez Serna asked, if I have a Traxxas T-Max rims, can I put on Rustler tires? And thanks for answering my other question for the Slayer. I want to send you footage of the car running. Keep up the good work. Mexico loves you. If I have a Traxxas T-Max rims, can I put Rustler tires? Ooh. You know, I can't think of the actual millimeters for the wheel hex hubs, but I know they're different, so you would have to do some modifications, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Eric Scriber was saying STRC aluminum rear axle carriers or RPM axle carriers. With the rear aluminum or rear axle carriers, I would always go with aluminum, so STRC for that. Also, what about caster and steering blocks? I would suggest the RPM caster blocks, but aluminum steering blocks. And you can get any brand of aluminum steering blocks for the front. I have Traxxas with mine and it works perfectly fine. RC Man was wondering what gave me the idea for the RC mini movie. That's actually a really funny thing because really far back when I started my channel, I originally wanted to do story-based driven things and I never really figured out how I could go about doing it. And then one day I decided to go ahead and build Nexus. Nexus was always an XL5. I hated that she was an XL5. I wanted to make her, or I wanted to turn her into a VXL. The issue is I just couldn't afford it at the time, so what I ended up doing was taking out Demon's Valenian system and putting it inside her. And instead of just putting it inside her and doing all that work, I want to go ahead and turn it into a video and make something out of it so I can show what it looks like when she has a Valenian system compared to an XL5. And that's where the whole premise for the Nexus Saga came from. And that's how it started, and it just grew from there. Man, did it grow. Genesis RC was wondering if I get the sealed differential for Demon, what weight oil will I use? I'm gonna have to look that up because honestly, I really don't know yet. Goldfish Shooter says the new Traxxas TRX-4. Check it out. I'm gonna have to check this out. I didn't know. Christian Harris says my Stampede steers to the left after a wheelie and I have to adjust the servo saver every time. What could it be? It probably is the servo saver is stripped or the servo head is stripped and it's just moving around. That would be my guess. That would be the first thing to check out. Ben Brown says, do you have Reaper's old tires and will you get the Castle Link to tune Creature's ESC? I do not have Reaper's old tires, in fact. At least I don't think I do. No, I don't see them. And I do have the Castle Link and I used it and I wasn't too impressed with how you could adjust what was on there. The options are just so incredibly precise on there, I didn't want to mess with too much, so I just left it as it was. RC Electric Nitro Fanboy says, when are you going to build the 1/10 E-Revo? What parts do you need to finish it? Also, I just got my hand on the Revo 3.3, old and new one. Awesome. I actually still need quite a bit for the 1/10 E-Revo. I still need the chassis, all the moving parts, meaning the diff, the drive shafts. I also need the axle carriers, and of course all the electronics and a body, but I have everything else. It's, there's still a lot to do, but I will do it eventually. Just, you know, money and time. Chad Schmidt was wondering what battery I use for the Rustler. My battery of choice is the Dynamite 11.1 volt LiPo. I mean, I love this thing. 5,000 milliamps, can't beat it. Last question comes from RC Inc. What servo would you recommend for the Nitro SD truck, Slayer Pro? What are the best short course road tires? Also, I'm doing the sticker wall. Could you please send me some DEH stickers? Ugh, tripping all over my words. Anyways, let's get back to it. What servo would I recommend? Savox. Savox is by far the best brand for servos. You're gonna have to look around because some are really overpowered and you might need extra, I forgot what it's called, it's like a limiter or something in order for it to work. But yeah, if you look around, Savox will always have one size that will just instantly plug into any RC that you want. Short course road tires, just like I was saying earlier, the trenchers. Proline trenchers are by far the best. If you have a Slash or a Stampede, get those. As for the sticker, I'm giving my last ones to Genesis RC when I send him the body. So other than that, that's it. Alright guys, so I would have some kind of RC thing up here, but I have all these magic cards up here and I don't want to move them all because I have to sort them and put them into binders. And that's just too much work for me to do right now. Anyways, the last thing I should go ahead and mention, if you followed my channel for the past couple of years, you should know, or I think you should know, that I am a barback / bartender. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo, and Cinco de Mayo is basically a Mexican holiday. It's just a big excuse to go get drunk. And since I work in a Mexican restaurant / bar, cantina thing, we get really busy, and it is one hellish day to work. I'm not gonna lie. Make a lot of money, but it sucks. And then we have Mother's Day and everything else coming up. So next week I am not going to be doing an RC Weekly. Just, it's going to be one less stress off my mind. I'm sorry. If I have time to pump out a video, I will definitely do so. I will figure out what to do with that $90. I will go ahead and order the hot racing diff for Demon. Other than that, guys, just keep RCing, keep having fun, and yeah, take it easy, and I'll see you next time.